In a few weeks, Borderlands 4 is finally going to be released upon the public, and Randy Pitchford, oh my god, the cringiest CEO. And here's the thing, right? Like, his meltdown prior to the release of Borderlands 3, that ended up, souring him on a bunch of people, but I'm somebody who's been around long enough, okay? And I remember some of the interviews and the fact that Screw Attack, a channel that I used to watch a lot, and hell, I even went down to a couple of their conventions back in 2013 and 2014, like, they were in that North Texas area, and so was Gearbox, okay? So they had a pretty decent connection. I think they did a couple of interviews. So yeah, I've known about this guy for a while, and he's been cringe for over a decade for those who have been in the know. But now it's really starting to hit boiling point, okay? Especially in the lead up to Borderlands 4, when he was trying to justify $80 price tag for the game. Then he had to walk that back, and now that we are, well, on the doorstep of release for what is going to be, I think it's going to flop, man. I don't know if it's going to be as spectacular as Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I wouldn't be surprised when it's all said and done. But I'll be paying attention to this, because I have been an ardent Borderlands opponent for a very long time. I played a little bit of the first one, didn't enjoy it. I understand the allure to it. It's just that joke. It's kind of like James Gunn's writing style with Peacemaker. I guess that was it was definitely the fare at the time when you had your Judd Apatow comedies coming in and fucking killing the entire industry. Yeah, Borderlands and its fucking butt stallion and fucking claptrap nonsense. Yeah, I could see that running very, very thin, very, very quickly. And lo and behold, oh, we've arrived at the point that I arrived to many years ago. At least you guys caught up. But yes, Randy Pitchford says Borderlands 4 is worth $200, but wishes they just give it away. So yeah, not $80. Okay, it'll be $70. Okay, that's totally fine. Okay, I was just running a hypothetical, guys. Don't worry about it. The game's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. And you know what? We've stuffed this with so much content. You would be willing to pay, true fans would be willing to pay $200 for this. But hey, that's not up to me. I'm just the humble developer. Okay, we just simply make the game. We don't affix a price tag to it. So yeah, I would want everybody to play it. Okay, everybody should play this labor of love from our studio. We just want to set up a great big commune where everybody can loot and shoot and vault raid to their heart's content. Oh, shut up. Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford ruffled some feathers recently. Oh, God, that's been like a month and change at this point, with a comment that a real fan would pay $80 to play Borderlands 4. That happened to cost, if it happened to cost that much, and somewhat unfurled those feathers when it revealed, yes, it won't cost that much. No, at that point in time, like, they were already ruffled, and it's like, yeah, I don't really care that it's been walked back. You're talking about an entitlement complex that you clearly have, and then somebody else walked it back. So we know where your intentions are. Fuck off. Borderlands 4 will be $70. Yes, like most other big games from big publishers right now. And even Nintendo is starting to walk that back. But yeah, we'll go ahead and revisit that at a later date. So speaking to Games Radar, Pitchford now says that that $200 would be a fair price for Borderlands 4, but he wishes that it were free. Shit, I wish I think they could charge $200. I wish they'd give it away, because then everyone would play it. That's not how the business works, but the value is there. Oh, see, guys, there's such value in this game, which is so wild, because Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford is a little nervous about Borderlands 4. Really? Because it can be harder than previous games, and not everybody wants a big challenge. He's already starting to brace for failure. You'll love to see it. Some sections of Borderlands 4 will challenge players more than anything previously seen in the series. Oh yeah, see, the reason that people didn't like it is because, we tried to make it more difficult. Okay, we wanted that challenge to be there for the true fans. Right. Which has him a little nervous, since some folks just want to chill out and shoot dudes without sweating, which I'm sure that's probably going to be in there as well. Like, this is probably a nominal difficulty increase if we're going to keep it a buck. Speaking with Insider Gaming, yes, Pitchford affirms that we definitely have pushed the challenge quite a lot with Borderlands 4, and a lot of players are going to be surprised that the challenge has ramped up quite a bit. I'm a little nervous because there are points in Borderlands 4 that are a little more challenging, with a nod to boss battle mechanics specifically. Pitchford acknowledges that we have lots of players that actually aren't interested in deep, hard challenges. Lots of people that love just exploring the Borderlands or spending time with the characters. At this point in time, who the fuck wants to go around with those unfunny pieces of shit? Oh, they fall in love with the places and the characters, and they want to spend time with them. Right, but they wouldn't want to, engage in all of the mechanics of the game. They just like the aesthetics and the feels, bro. He hopes that players who do enjoy some friction and pushback in their games will find these challenge bumps gratifying, and leans on the RPG bones of Borderlands as a solution for everybody. If you find that you're on the ass end of an ass kicking, you can always grind out some more levels and stronger guns, and they can come back to steal a boss's lunch with lunch money with these. Yeah, that's all wonderful and shit. I frankly don't care, because that's just how leveling systems in games have worked forever. You're not unique in this respect. Oh, some things are going to be hard. Okay, can you just level up and get better equipment? Yeah, okay, cool. That has been intrinsic in MMOs and, fucking JRPGs, games that I love to play, okay? But it all revolves around, like, there's a reason that I didn't like Borderlands, because the characters, the dialogue, and the plot fucking stunk. That's why I like games. That's why I continue to play games. And that's why I'm having such a difficult time really giving a shit about the games that I'm playing right now, because, oh my god, this summer so far, it's kind of been, like, outside of this past week that was actually, like, the nicest week we've had all summer, it has just been a mundane slop of average to below average temperatures, and I've been playing games that are, I would hazard to say are average. Like, I've talked about it multiple times when doing gaming videos, but Final Fantasy 16 finally got around to play that game, and holy fuck, is that the worst? Because I'm never going to play Final Fantasy 13 again. I absolutely refuse to, but yeah, 16, it's as bad as 13. I don't know if it's worse, but it's really bad. Just the press square to win mechanics, the fucking paper thin characters, the plot that it was really cool to begin with, and then it goes way the fuck off the rails. Dialogue sucks. The voice acting is atrocious. There is nothing redeemable about that game that you cannot find elsewhere. And then I followed that up with Final Fantasy 12, just trying to recall. It's like I didn't have a great experience, because that was the first Final Fantasy game that I played upon release back on the PS2 when it came out. That, yeah, I got all the way up until the final level, and I just stopped playing it because it's like I just don't enjoy this anymore. And then, yeah, eventually a few years later I went back and played it, and it's like, yeah, I really didn't miss all that much. It still sucks at the end of the day. And then I ran back finally. It's like, oh yeah, we re-released it, the Zodiac Age. It's been a minute since that's been out, but yeah, I went through and played it. Game still sucks, but the aesthetics are a little bit better than 16. I like one of the characters, like Bosch, who was probably at one point in time going to be the main character. Like he's better than everybody in Final Fantasy 16, like without a doubt. But yeah, the music's better. Okay, that's another big sin of Final Fantasy 16. Holy shit, the music fucking stinks in that. Oh my god, it's so bad. Everything is just this faux grandiosity. All the big stupid choir and a battle theme that is just rancid. Like, how does Final Fantasy and then also, using the leitmotif of the crystal themes is like, you should be shot in Minecraft for doing that. Holy fuck, man. Oh, that pissed me off. That distinctly went from this is like a bad game to an absolutely atrocious game when they started to just, sprinkle that in instead of having memorable music on your own, because that's at least something you can say about 12. Good aesthetics, good music, trash characters, nonsensical plot, and a fucking lame-ass villain. I'm playing 15, which at the point in time of release, like that unfinished game that you got to begin with back in the cut, I thought, it's like, I don't really like this, and then I really, really soured on the game with the finale. But even this time around, it's like, yeah, the characters are good, I like the villain, and I don't mind the open world. It's just at this point in time, I'm so apathetic towards it, where, over this past weekend, I had a hot water heater that I needed to repair, and that ate up a whole lot of my weekend, where I ended up having like a spare hour to play a game on Sunday, where I just legitimately had nothing to do before I had something else to do an hour later. And it's like, I could play a game, but yeah, I just decided not to, because I'm having fun with 15. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just kind of sloppy. And at this point in time, if that's what you're offering with Borderlands 4, I don't know why you would come to the conclusion and make these grandiose statements that we will break 100 million units with this launch, Randy Pitchford on Borderlands 4. When I first read this headline, I was thinking, maybe does he mean for the series? Because I know that Borderlands 2 sold very well. I think even the pre-sequel sold decently well. 3 had like a good week and then it fell off a cliff. But the original, it's like, okay, how popular was the original? So are you talking about it as a franchise? No, he means with Borderlands 4, they're going to move 100 million units. Borderlands 4 is set to be released worldwide September 12th, and it is the broadest and most ambitious iteration that Gearbox has ever created. In Borderlands 4, players are set to explore a seamless open world and be presented with more choices and options for gameplay styles than ever before. Yeah, this is the previously referenced Insider Gaming interview, sitting down with Randy Pitchford at Gamescom to learn all about Borderlands 4 from what he took for what it took to create it to where it goes post-launch, and how impactful Borderlands 4 will be to the series. So Pitchford reflected on that and looked to the future of the series beyond Borderlands 4. We're now beginning to dig into what post-launch is and where we've got some extremely exciting plans that I cannot wait to share and talk about. We're now experts at making Borderlands 4, and when you're making a game, that kind of figure out how to make it as you ship it, and that's one of the reasons why post-launch content tends to be so good. Sure. I think you're like maybe a little bit better than half when it comes to, positive reception of the DLC. Like, it's one of the games that has, I would say it's probably a little bit better than, 50-50 when it comes to release, but I know that there's some absolutely rancid shit that the, public overwhelmingly rejected, but okay. Thinking about Borderlands beyond the game, it's so wild for me. I remember at Gamescom with Borderlands 1, just trying to scream from the tallest mountain to get anyone to pay attention to it, and nobody cared. Actually, no, that's not the case, because I remember it's like, oh god, you got that cool kind of beautiful Joe Legend of Zelda Wind Waker aesthetic, and it's this different type of, you got all of these different gun mechanics, and it's almost like an offline MMO where you could go around with a bunch of friends and kill a bunch of raid bosses and stuff. It's like that's pretty cool. That's never been done before. So no. There was a lot of hype around Borderlands 1. Okay, like, let's not be revisionist about this. A lot of people predicted that Borderlands wasn't going to work. No. A lot of people predicted 3 and very likely 4 wasn't going to work. Now here we are with the game in a franchise. We will break 100 million units with this launch easily. All in with this franchise. You're going to move 100 million copies. Okay, pal. You think based on the success of this franchise, you're going to move 100 million units. Best of luck with that, because at this point in time, everybody has got to see, or rather be reminded of who Randy Pitchford is. They already have their opinion. They have their minds made up on Borderlands 4. This isn't a reboot. This is simply a continuation of an already Cringe story. So you're going to get that full Borderlands experience. Is it going to be successful? We've only got a few days to wait. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Conspello. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.